Hey guys, if you guys have ever used Linux or any other Unix-like operating system, you've probably experienced the command find. So how find works is you do find, and you tell it a location to search, and so here's a previous one I've done. So we're going to search in my documents file, and then you have to give it a description of what it's looking for, because by default if I do this, it will just list out everything. But if I want to get more specific, I would do -name, and then I would go star.ms to find anything that ends with ms, and I run that, and there we go, there's all my files with ms. And then you can do -type, and then finds files, so let's just go like that, and then it'll only give me files. And that's pretty neat, but the issue with it is that it's not very intuitive. If you guys have ever used grep, the way that grep works is you do grep, and then you give it all of its options, and then you tell it what to search for, and then you tell it where to search. So if you think about it, it almost seems like the arguments in find are reversed, alright? Because instead you have this. You have your directory that you're searching for first, which kind of seems silly when you think about it. And also it kind of seems redundant to have all these extra steps of looking for all this stuff, because we already have all these other commands that can already do this. So why are we putting this all into one command? And so that's what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about walk. If you guys are interested in learning about more Unix tools, other command line tricks, other cool programming stuff, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and click that bell icon so that way you guys will be notified of my next video. So walk originally comes from Plan 9, one of the later versions, so there aren't a lot of ports to it for Linux, and basically all Plan 9 was another operating system besides Unix that was made by Bell Labs that attempted to correct some of the issues that they felt like they had made when they first made Unix. And so if you go to the GitHub URL that I'll have below, this is actually a Google repository that somebody has basically ported walk as well as a program called soar to Unix. And basically the idea is to allow us to replace find with more simple programs that kind of follow the Unix philosophy a bit better. So basically this repository comes with two programs. It comes with walk and soar. And so basically together they allow you to replace find. The idea is that walk is basically a way to recurse through all your directories and files, and then soar actually takes care of all the tests to see if it's a file or to see if it's a directory or anything like that. And then all of the name-based stuff you can actually use grep for, which is pretty great because I feel like grep is kind of a better fit for something like this. And so down here, if you look at the repository, it talks about performance, and the general searching and everything like that is definitely faster, but you run into a performance penalty with soar, since soar is actually implemented in bash, which I'm not really a big fan of. It would have been better if they had implemented it in POSIX shell or even Perl or something a bit more cross-platform, because I feel like bash is a bit much to ask for. Either way, I totally understand, because I think originally soar was actually written RC, which is Plan 9's shell, which has ports to Linux, but would obviously be quite a lot to ask for people to install that instead of just using bash, which is usually in people's repositories already. Alright, so I'm just going to give you a really quick demo of how to do pretty much the similar thing that we were doing in find. So with find we did find documents -name ms, and it listed all of our ms files. Now if I want to do the same thing with walk, I would do walk, and then I don't need this slash, and then I can actually, instead of doing -name, I do grep. And then because of this, we actually get much better regex by default, so we can use .star, which is more of a common regex that you would use in most other commands. And now we actually get a much better fit. So now we can do the same sort of thing, but now we have to do \. There we go. And there we go. So now we've escaped everything, and it will print out the same sort of stuff. And now we can even pass that into soar. And so how soar works is it actually allows us to basically run a command against what we get from walk or any of this output. So we're going to do test-f. So we're basically testing to see if it's a file. Now we can even do -v to do reverse and everything like that, which is really nice. You can actually use your pre-existing knowledge along with walk and soar to kind of expand your searching a bit better without having to kind of deal with a lot of the weirdness that comes with find, because find has a lot of options and they don't really mix well with what you would expect. Versus with this, you pretty much just use your existing shell knowledge and you don't really need to remember all of the special cases with find. the piping just feels a lot more natural than it does with find. Now, there are other alternatives to find that exist, like FD. I think ripgrep has a lot of the similar features. You could even use awk. I think in a way, there's like a specific way to do it that you can replace find, but I think walk kind of just does it in a really natural way. Like, I find the simplicity is just really nice. Now, like I said before, the biggest issue that I have with it is soar. Now, soar isn't really that bad, but I would like it not to be just a bash script. I would like it to be maybe just a C program, because then it would be even faster and it would probably perform a lot better than find, at least I hope. I have no idea though. There is the limitation of piping is obviously not always the fastest, since you're having to pass messages between two different programs. But still, that overhead is pretty minimal, and I feel like the trade-off of being able to use commands that you probably know a lot better is really worth it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.